we are, ready for another action-packed, exciting episode of Laugh Live.
Laugh
Hello,
Life.
Hello, Julio.
Hello, Chipple.
you got you, Chipple. You got your what is that?
Here's
A
Chip.
gopher? What is that?
This is Chip.
The chipmunk. That's
Chip
awesome.
the Chipmunk.
And today we're talking about guilty pleasures, that the things that we sometimes watch on TV that we don't want other people to know about, but we watch them just the same. Although I do have to start with this. I was just reading this article about how the current American worker works more than the medieval peasant by like 200 hours a year. Yeah.
How about I like that stat. How about the productivity? Is there any productivity involved? How productive are we?
So we're actually working, but we're really just on Facebook Live.
We're just fucking around. Farting around.
Exactly. Just enjoying ourselves a little bit. That's cool. Hey, my buddy Kevin Walls is on. That's cool. I haven't seen him since 1992. I think that's about the time it was. So, Julie, talking about guilty pleasure shows that we don't tell everybody that we watch. What's your favorite?
Hoarders makes me feel good about myself.
Hoarders. I love Hoarders. Yes. What is it that you like about Hoarders?
Well, because I have stacks of paper in my office. Notice I am not broadcasting from my office.
Because you can't get in there?
Well, I can open the door. No, it's not that bad. See, the thing is, it's not that bad. I don't have garbage cans all the way up to here, like Gladys from Tucson, Arizona.
Little voice in the back of your head said, "Julie, it's not that bad." See, that's a classic Hoarders example right there. Is that they're always like little voices like, "It's okay, I'm going to use that." See, yeah.
I might bring that empty Diet Coke can, even though I don't drink Diet Coke, from 1974, and I have 80 of them, and I'm going to bring them to my local church as a for crafts.
For crafts. I was just watching an episode of Hoarders the other day where the lady had like a 50-gallon drum of pens. She had 3,000 pens in there, and she was like,
"Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I would love to have that many pens. I love pens."
She was okay with throwing the pens away, but she wanted to keep the 50-gallon drum.
Who wouldn't? Mallory,
right.
wouldn't you want to keep Mallory's on? She wants to keep the drum.
Yeah,
Kathy wants to keep the drum.
Kathy,
drumming circles. Hello, that's the latest thing.
Do you know where your pen is?
It's 11 o'clock at night. Do you know where your pen is? Let me check my drum.
So yeah, I love Hoarders because it's always one of those things. Like, do you get past a certain tipping point where you're just like, screw it. Right. I'm just gonna poop in this bag and throw it in the corner. It's all good.
Why? That's the problem. Why do they think just urinating in a corner and the bathroom's right there? Is it the same philosophy of, I have a pile of socks right on top of my dresser? Is
right. No, I understand Hoarders. I mean, because like I like my stuff. But that gets a little crazy. Oh, Katie's on there. So is my cousin Christy. That's awesome. So, and if you have a favorite guilty pleasure show you like to watch, you make sure you post on there, say like, "Hey, I love watching this," because we're all about the interaction. I do love Hoarders. Because thinking about watching it, because I think I have a lot of stuff, but I'm not really there yet.
I'm not there yet either. I know I'm not. That's denial though, Chip. Is that denial though? First step is awareness, or is the first step denial? I always forget. It's like in Greece.
I can still get more stuff. I still get more stuff. See, that's why I'm not panning around in my office. You won't see my piles of paper. Shut up, Buddy Lee. He just wants done. There we go. So, what's your other guilty pleasure show that you love to watch?
Not that I love to watch. I like to see how much I can tolerate. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Gossip. And what I don't understand is how dense they are. They must have so much silicone in their brain, or silicone, whatever in their brain, that they don't realize that, yes, they did say that about Cynthia, and it was on camera.
So, I like how you put that. The silicone, silicone
Valley, silicone,
silicone just like leaked out. Oh, Kathy loves American Pickers and Storage Wars. I love Storage Wars because I'm
Oh,
always thinking, all right, so some guy out there is watching the show, and all of a sudden they roll up on this locker and pull it up, and he's like, "Hey, that's my shit."
that's my collection of fraternity T-shirts from 1986.
Exactly.
That's the mug that my
And then he goes in the kitchen, asks his wife, "Hey, did you not pay the storage bill?"
that's a good
Because
one.
it's got his favorite like ACDC T-shirt from 1985 in there that she always hated. All the stuff from his man cave that they put in storage when they first got
Yeah,
married, and
yeah,
they
yeah.
roll it up, and he's like, "Hey, that's my stuff."
That's where my bongs went.
Oh, so I love Storage Wars. Oh, Katie said that she loves Naked and Afraid. I've never seen that, but every time I look in the
Oh,
mirror,
Katie.
I am afraid. I'm afraid. So I was like, who is that guy? I don't recognize him.
Naked and Afraid is only name. I'd
It's
like
like
to see.
you
I
get
watched that show to see how much I could tolerate. If I could do it, I'd say I wouldn't be naked. I'd be scared shitless. I'd be
yeah.
afraid.
Yeah, so you get to a certain point, like, like for me, I'm 50, it's like, well, I think I am going to turn the light off.
You know what? Getting back to the topic of denial, it's not that bad. I turned 51 this year. I think, yeah, it's not that bad.
Well, mirrors lie to you. I mean, that's just a fact. Mirrors lie. Pictures don't. See, like, I look in the mirror and the mirror's like, mirrors tell me one thing. I see a picture of myself. I'm like, who the hell is that? Oh my God, that's me.
See, I have a funhouse mirror in my room. I've got in my bathroom. I got a funhouse mirror. It
Is that
makes you
what you
stand
tell
a certain
yourself?
way. Yeah.
That's what that's what you tell yourself. So that's awesome. Woo. Good stuff. Good stuff. So I've never seen Naked and Afraid. So tell me about it, Julie.
It
Julio.
is. It's scary. Okay, two contestants. You see them driving to whatever place. It might be Tanzania, Cambodia, just way out in the boonies, and they have clothes on. And then when they get off the truck or whatever delivery service, whatever transportation they have, they take all their clothes off and then they put them in a truck and then they show the other person do it. It's a male and a female. They don't know each other. And what's really awkward, let's see if your cousin Katie agrees with this. What's really awkward is that when the naked guy who doesn't know the naked woman hugs the naked woman, hi, my name's Jeff. I'm your partner for the next 21 days. So they're out in the wilderness for 21 days, naked, scared shitless, and they have to find food, forage for food, make their shelters and everything. Let's see what does Katie think about the awkward hug? Hi, I don't know you. I'm naked, but we're going to be together for 21 days.
Oh, I don't know if they're still. I think we lost everybody when we
That's
started talking
nice.
about being
Yeah.
naked because it just it made everybody afraid. It's like
Yeah.
because our roots, we were just like, oh, we can't talk about nudity. No, 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 we can't talk about that. That's not good. So,
No.
Naked
Oops.
and
We're not
Afraid,
we're not
like
talking about nudity. We're just talking about the word,
the
right?
word. One of my favorite shows, Guilty Pleasure. Guilty Pleasure is Maury Povich. I love Maury because I always want to know who the baby's daddy is.
Is it the same daddy?
Well, it's never the same dad, and it's remarkable to me that some people have like 4 or 5 people on there testing this DNA test to see who the dad is, and then they're surprised like on the 5th one, and they're like, "Oh, I can't believe it's not him!" And each one they get up and say like, "Our pictures are together here." It's like, no, look at this, Maury. Look at this. Look at this nose. Look at these eyes. They look exactly the same. Exactly. But they do that with everyone, and then everyone they're kind of wrong, and then they're really upset. They're really upset when the DNA doesn't match, and I'm just like, oh man, that is so sad. So Kevin's like, he loves Springer with a 6-pack. Yeah, Jerry
Nice.
Springer. It's an interesting thing. It's funny when my last tour in the Navy, I was up in Milwaukee, and I was like sitting there eating my lunch, and one of my staff people comes like, Lieutenant Commander, you got to come into the office. You got to come in the office. So I go into the break room where everybody was, and here was Jerry Springer on. And one of the guys that was, one of our reservists was actually on the show. And
Oh,
I was like, what? Yeah, it was pretty crazy. But he told me it was all scripted. Scripted.
I always like how on Jerry Springer there's always an empty chair ready to be thrown. There's always an empty chair.
Well, and you have to take your shoes off as soon as you walk on stage because that's like a prerequisite because you're going to fight. It's they hit the bell, ding ding, and they fight. Yeah. So I love all those shows like that. I love me some Steve Wilkos, Maury Povich. So Jerry Springer.
What else? Antique Roadshow. That.
That is so random. Oh my Lord! It's so like
it's related.
There is anybody else out there? So much drama on the show. So much drama on that show because they're like they get on there and they want to argue with the person about like it's really worth this and you're full of it, man. Oh yeah, I love it. So much drama, and then they do the DNA test to see if it really belongs to the person.
That's true. What is the most intense moment is the painting that you brought here today to Albuquerque, New Mexico's Antique Roadshow is worth anywhere from $3,500 to $7,500.
So they actually have the big pause in there like that?
Yeah, yes.
Like they've got an internal computer going on?
Yeah. There's that long pause, and then you see the person who brought that item in. They're trying to be so stoic, and it's
very much, that's very much akin to on like Maury Povich when they're getting ready to do the DNA thing. They're like, and Julie, you are, and then bam, goes to commercial, and you got to wait, right? So you're watching all the commercials for like lawyers because a lot of people need lawyers during those shows and tech schools, and then they come on there and like, and then they give the results. So I can understand.
And also drug rehabs. They usually have drug rehab, seascapes or something in California. Drug rehab.
Like, I know this works because I was a patient. So that was actually a commercial. All right. So one of my favorite shows, I love My 600-Pound Life. Love it. LOVE. Love it. So does Buddy Lee. And the reason I love My 600-Pound Life is because like it's like if I ever I'm gonna like chop the head off that thing if I ever see it in person. So because I grew up a fat kid, so I've gained and lost 10 people in my lifetime. So I love My 600-Pound Life because again, very much like Hoarders. When I'm watching it, I'm binge eating. I'm like, it's good. I'm not there yet.
It's not that bad. I'm only eating one pizza. One pizza. I do feel bad for them. Like I was telling you the other day, I do feel bad for them. I do because there's something. There's a thing.
There's a thing. Mallory's like, makes me hungry. Yeah, it makes me hungry too. And what's funny so everybody on that show, like if they can't get out, they've got somebody that enables them. And I was like, can't think of anybody in my life that would enable me like that. Like one lady
get your lazy ass off that couch.
I feel like, so Melissa's like, how do they poop? I've wondered that as well. I mean, God. I was like, somebody on there, like with they got some Visqueen down and like a spray hose. I have no idea. So, but I was thinking one lady was on there with her mom and her mom was her enabler. And I was like, I don't know if my mom would enable me like that. She would be giving me rice cakes. Cause this is a woman, since I grew up a fat kid, that was put me on, diet since I was 10. So it's like if I was like I got to that point and they wheeled me into the house and I couldn't move, she would be like, you want something to eat, you need to get up and get it.
Yeah, if my mom was she'd make us go to school even if we were sick because no, you're fine. I mean that was typical with all of us, like you're fine.
Bleeding or dying was the prerequisites there. You're not bleeding, you're dying, you can make it, you're good to go.
If you're not bleeding or dying, I am not going to be your enabler.
Now,
That's the deal.
and I was watching the show last week, and this lady she was talking about how much, and again, I understand, addiction to food. I love food. I love food. And so this lady was talking about how like she was gonna, she was doing everything, right. And then, the pizza delivery guy showed up with four pizzas and breadsticks. And I was like, you go, girl. Hey, and I was like, I'm hungry now. I want some pizza.
You love pizza? Why don't you marry it? Well, I'm trying.
Shut up. Whatever. Any other
my honeymoon? My honeymoon.
No other guilty pleasure shows that are your favorites?
Well, let's see. Well, on Netflix, I found since we're talking about food, the Santa Clarita Diet with Drew Barrymore. Sorry, it's not a diet.
What the hell are you talking about?
Oh my gosh, you have got to see this. The Santa Clarita Diet, the premise is, for some reason, Drew Barrymore's character, and this isn't a spoiler alert, she ends up wanting to eat people. And it was funny because there was, you have to see the description. Where's the description? I got to find the description.
Oh.
It's on Netflix. It's funny. It's great. The funny thing was, so it's a show on Netflix. And a few weeks ago, I saw a conversation on Facebook about, hey, have you guys tried the Santa Clarita Diet? And someone said, no, I've tried the South Beach Diet.
That was awesome. I'm trying to think about other shows that's on there. Like, I never watched Duck Dynasty, but I know it was real popular with people. Never quite understood it. So I didn't know you could make a living, selling duck calls. Just kind of interesting. What were some shows that
I love Jeopardy. Jeopardy. Okay, all right.
That's not a reality show. That's not guilty pleasure.
I am revealing my inner nerd. I love Antique Roadshow,
right, so,
Jeopardy. Yes, to answer your question, I do answer in form of a question.
So what you're saying is that I watch all the shows that rot my brain, and you watch all the shows like, oh, look how smart I am.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. My dad used to love Jeopardy, but my favorite wasn't even a real Jeopardy episode. Was the one where Cliff Clavin from Cheers was on Jeopardy? Remember that episode, the fake episode? So he finally gets on Jeopardy, and then it's like all his dream categories, like boys that live with their mother. Male. It was awesome. If you haven't seen the episode, you need to actually watch it. And the final Jeopardy question was some long question. He didn't know it. He'd like bet everything that he had, and he was like way ahead of everybody. And so it was like he answered it with people have never been in my kitchen was his answer. And it was a great episode. So Google that, watch it.
I'll Google
report back to me later.
Okay, what actually is going to happen here, truth be told, we'll close this out and then I'll forget.
Okay, great. That's great.
Yeah.
All right.
Like I'm really good in interviews like I was last week. It took me about 15 minutes to get to the answer. And then I'll forget as soon as we close this laptop. Right. One of my downfalls and one of my weaknesses is being an honest person. Do I have the job?
I think really that's one of your strengths and your weaknesses, Julie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Is it time for viewer mail yet?
I think it is.
All right. All right.
And we lost some more people today. Woo!
All right. So our first viewer mail comes from somebody, and they write, "Dear Julie Manners, I don't understand people who feel the need to point out obvious things. My husband and I were walking through a park one day, and he dropped his sunglasses. When he was already kneeling down to pick them up, a woman walked past us and told him, 'You dropped your glasses.' Of course he had realized this. Another example was when I entered a store after rain had suddenly started. Someone informed me, 'You got caught in the rain.' I was aware of this. How should someone respond when a person makes such a useful statement?" Julie?
Do you want me to work backward? from the you got caught in the rain?
Just whatever advice you would give. Confused with stupid. That's how I'll
Sure.
name this person.
Sure.
Confused with stupid.
And let's role play. So you're the person who's confused with stupid. You
Mhm.
say, "Hey, you just got caught in the rain," and then I'll reply,
All right. Hey, you just got caught in the rain.
"Hey, you just got punched in the face."
So you would respond with violence, is what you're saying.
Absolutely,
That
and a
is
smile on my face.
that
Yeah.
is that is disturbing.
And then I
But
would also sandwich it with kindness because then I would pull out a tissue and wipe the blood off her face.
right, that's nice. I always think about
Click.
like on Animal House. I always think about like the obvious. That's like the Captain Obvious question is when Flounder went up to they were going through the pledge week, and Flounder went up to those guys that were playing cards. He's like, "Hey, you guys playing cards?" So when somebody asks me a question like that, that's what I always think about. It's like
Hey,
that's a real Flounder thing to do.
hey, you dropped your
Hey,
glasses.
Jerry. So, all right. So
We
that's
have
how
a
you
lot
would
of
respond to
critters in our
that.
yard. I would, and then with the sunglasses. Okay, do the sunglasses one. Sunglasses.
All right.
So,
I'm trying to find you
sunglasses.
another viewer mail.
Oh, what I was
All right,
thinking is,
here's a good one. This is a good one. This one is
oh,
right for you. Are
oh,
you
because I
ready?
have a response to the sunglasses one.
Oh, well, hold on.
Okay,
Dear Miss Julie Manners,
okay.
I am a professional 50-year-old woman who works in a veterinary medical office. Another professional gentleman around the same age who does some work in our office is started to occasionally call me hun or honey. I find this very offensive, but I'm unsure how to gracefully let him know my feelings. I have to work with this person and do not want to make our relationship awkward in the future, as I do not think it's going to, that he's doing it to purposely demean me. Signs, lady at the veterinary office.
So, do you want me to talk to the guy or her?
I just want you to answer the question. What's your advice to veterinary lady?
Veterinary lady, thank you for responding and thank you for sending in your question because we have a lot of helpful information and resources for you. And I'm taking a long time to answer the question because I am formulating an answer in my head. Here's what you do. You say to your coworker, you are living in the 50s. It's in 2018, unless this letter was from 1997. I don't know. But
Actually, it was from
you
1965.
1965, and you can say, this is a tough one. Oh, I know. Here, this is what, since we already swore at the beginning of this. Listen, jackass, I'm not your hun. I'm not your honey. I'm not your muffin. I'm not your cookie.
I'm
Go
not
over
your
there.
muffin. I'm not your muffin. I'm not your
Not your
cookie.
cookie.
I
Go
think
over
that
there
is
and clean those cages. There.
right. That's a good way to answer any questions. I'm not your muffin. I'm not your
Your
cookie.
cookie.
That your cookie. See, I just would fight fire with fire. I would give him more of a like call him like love buns or something like that. Call me Hans. Like, what do you think about that, love buns? And just to show him how stupid it really sounded. All right.
Hey, hey, fat cheeks. How's it going today?
Hey, fat cheek. Hey, to talk to like some older guys, like, hey, saggy ass, what's going on?
Hey, ugly face. Hey, Botox
Oh,
brain. Here, what about
hey,
this?
hey. I'm not going to get too graphic on that. All right, so yeah, any viewer mail for me?
I do. I have viewer mail here. Dear, dear Chip Manners, I was wondering, is it appropriate for me to tell people that I don't like them when I first meet them? I am finding that I now don't have any friends because another friend who I just lost yesterday said my approach is too brash. So, do you have any advice?
I do have advice, and I would say, tell them from the get go. Period. Always be honest with yourself, with others. If you don't like somebody, you're gonna meet them. Just like ignore them. I mean, just
Yeah,
like completely give them the like, hey, got no time for you, because friends are highly overrated.
yeah, they are.
Because as soon as you
Yeah.
make friends, what's going to happen next?
They're gonna
They're
move.
gonna
They're gonna move.
you're they're gonna move. They're gonna want to borrow your truck. They're gonna want to
Right.
like, hey, have you come over, load stuff on.
Yeah.
They'll be like, hey, you got $20. Oh, I forgot my wallet. Can you spot me this? No, 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 no. You can
No,
see that
no.
in the first 2 seconds. You don't like them? Bypass all that BS and just say no.
Mm.
E pluribus unum. Go in peace. Got it. You're welcome. You're absolutely welcome.
Yeah, we have some good advice here. What we're doing is using our brain to get some answers. And we're digging a hole and making things worse. That's what Chip does.
Right.
I think we've lost everybody.
Everybody's like, what the hell is
What
going
the
on
hell's
here?
going on?
All right. So are we ready for feats of idiocy?
Yes.
Okay. Now you didn't bring yours today, so
Yes, I
because the
did.
contest was to you got your marshmallows. Now
Yep.
do you have regular
My husband got them for me.
are they miniature, regular size, or are they jumbo?
Well, here's the thing. Let's first answer the question with a question. So
Okay.
did you not say, hey, we're gonna have a marshmallow eating contest and see how many you can put in your mouth?
How many we can put in our mouth, right? What size are those? It makes a difference what size. Size matters.
I'm gonna win. That's all that matters. I'm gonna
Okay,
win.
but I've got
I
like
won it.
seriously, I got like the jumbo size. So if you got miniatures, that would be
So,
fair.
so
Okay. Shit.
I lost count. I think 6, 7, 8. You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose.
I could get one jumbo in.
12, 14. Oh look! Oh look! Oh look! 13, 14, 14. Oh, I'm begging. 14. Oh, 4. Oh, 12. 14.
Mm,
8.
mm, mm-hmm.
2.
All right. So how many you got? I only could get 3 jumbos. And these are seriously,
Mm,
these
mm,
are
mm,
the giant
mm,
roasters right
mm.
here. Great for making s'mores, but you can only Ju- Melissa's like, put them in your nose and your ears too. Those jumbos won't fit in mine, but they might. It would be even better if like you sucked in accidentally and you got one lodged up there, and then you went to, and you ended up at the emergency room, and they're like, "How did you get this marshmallow lodged so far up your nose?" And you're like, "Ooh." So there you go.
30.
But those are miniatures. All right, I
Yes,
demand a rematch.
but I win. You gotta
Oh, because I didn't set the parameters ahead of time as far as like what size of marshmallow.
remember, I make my own rules.
That is awesome. Good job. Good job, Julie.
Okay. Here.
Good. Melissa's like all fun and games till somebody asphyxiates. See, I'm waiting for that though. See, I want a live asphyxiation on Facebook. That would be awesome. Just like how many views we would get if you actually died on air. All right.
It's like my
Classy.
dentist.
Classy. That was awesome. All
He
right.
made me. Yeah.
I made you what?
He made me look.
You did a nice job. I'm really proud of
Did.
you.
Hey
Yeah.
Joe, thank you for getting the marshmallows for me.
That's those jumbos won't fit
No,
anywhere. Well,
it's
they'll
really
fit
gross.
places. We just can't talk about it.
Oh my God.
So
So I specifically asked Joe. I said, "Oh, and he goes, you want me to get the regular size ones?" I said, "No, the small ones, because I'm gonna win."
yeah,
I'm not
I
competitive. That's gross.
I
I'm
think
not
you are
competitive.
a little too competitive. All right.
Does
So
anybody have any questions? Melissa, do you have any questions?
she,
Like, do I have a
she's
therapist
already
or
gone. She's
something?
not even watching anymore. She's like,
She's
nah, I'm
not.
done. Well, she might be. So
He says yes. How do they
does
poop?
it?
What was the question?
How does it poop? I don't know what you're
Oh,
talking
I'm back to. I'm 15 minutes late on that one.
about. You are
Yeah.
15 minutes late on that one. So we talked about guilty pleasures, favorite shows. Obviously, for me, my 600-pound life, and Hoarders. That's the one we agree on is Hoarders. All right.
Yeah,
Some of the shows you watch, I don't think I could. We did viewer mail, which was a lot of fun. We
yeah.
had our contest. We didn't juggle any cats because the cats won't come to me anymore because I tried doing that. Kitty, we were gonna do cat dancing. That's what we were gonna do, dancing kitties. But
Cat dancing, cat
cat
dancing.
dancing. So I'll share my T-shirt with you today. It says "Drink apple juice because OJ will kill you."
Just-
And on that, we'll look to close this episode of Laugh Life, where we just talk about stuff. Yeah, no negativity, no politics. You're looking for more information on me, Chip Lutz, Unconventional Leader. You can find me at unconventionalleader.com. Where do people find you, Julio?
They can find me at julieostro.com. Lots of fun videos. Hey, reach out to me and I can speak to your group about using humor, laughter, and improv. And no cats or marshmallows,
That's sad because
isn't it?
cats and marshmallows make everything better. All right, my friend. Great time. Spend a little time with you today.
You too.
All
Bye,
right.
Chip.
Till next week, Chip and Julie, laugh life.
Laugh life.
Laugh life.
Laugh life.
We're
I'm a
out.
dork. I'm a dork.
You are a
I'm a
dork.
dork.